Okay. We are on a roll. We are in a good day.
Yeah, let's go.
We're in a good day. Wow, this is a different one now. Uh,
We can sit in silence. It's okay. It will work also.
anyway, that's what we do, no?
Yes.
So yeah, I will not go to the story where I met you.
Yeah.
It's okay. I had a butterfly once for the entire interview on me. That's the Wonder Village video.
Really?
The Wonder-
Yeah. I saw it.
there is a butterfly sitting here, and then he's moving here, and for 1.5 hours, it's like it was on me, and I talked like normal, like I talk now, and it's like huge butterfly. It's like so, yeah. I want to start by acknowledging maybe something. We're walking this path together, and I'm not going to tell the story how we met and how we started this, but I just want to say that there is two points that I would like to reflect. One is that you gave me once a picture that you painted, that you draw. It was with pencil, I think. It's a really beautiful picture, and that symbolizes a lot to me on a very deep level. I don't have anything in my life. I don't have property. I have nothing. I'm changing my life now. I start to have some more things. But it's part of one of the only things that I actually have. And it's in my room. And I see it every day. And it's really symbolizing something that is very deep in the sense of trust and bonding and support on the core level of it. Like at least that's what it means to me. And this is really valuable. It's not like that I don't feel that I have it in my life with people or people are not supporting me, but it's actually, I think, something that I really feel from you. And also, in some sense, you're like a little bit like an elder to me. We're not that far in the age, but still. And having this kind of thing behind me is part of, I think, what gives me the power to do what I do in my life, and to handle all the things that are coming to me. So it's not like maybe we can speak about what you do and blah blah blah, all these stories, but actually I think on my personal level I can say that this is something that you give me in my life, which is related to maybe a concept that we work a lot about, being in the center and have the perseverance to go through the challenges and to the things and stay on the path and with all the confusions that is happening. So, before we talk about what you do and all of these things and what we do together, I think that's what I receive from our relationship. And I just want to say thank you for that to begin with.
And I want to say thank you for the same reasons. It's like it's a mirror, because for me it's also like you really got the meaning of the drawing that I made, but it's got it from I gave it from the other side because I feel your support and the things that I think I started doing on this island like 2 or 3 years ago is part of it. Mostly, maybe, from your passive way of pushing me, just waiting there, looking, okay, you can start doing, and Your teacher was more aggressive toward that, but
also to me.
So thank you for that also.
I will say that the picture that you gave me, you can turn it upside down and it will look the same.
Exactly.
So I think it has the context of it, which I actually do it.
Yeah, maybe on the video we will put
we can edit it.
People will know what we're talking about. Okay.
And maybe it's also an interesting point to actually say that we share the teacher in our path, the monk Praolan, that is not with us on this planet anymore. But I think he embedded himself very deeply into our consciousness in his own magical way. And And yeah, so we also share a teacher, which I think also is as some kind of something that is bonding us together in this work. Um, so lately we're also neighbors, and so I also get to wake up in the morning and just come down to your balcony and sit and have someone to see me and to talk with me, and then we can share our ideas and stuff, and we're masterminding the projects that we do and so on. Lately, we also started to kind of co-share a space related to practice, that maybe we can speak a little bit more about this. We also sharing the space around the work in School of Life, that supporting the journeys there and facilitating it, and maybe little bit the space in Wonderland with your practices, and something that is more than everything. Again, I think it's the capacity that people can actually come and find something that maybe you can say center or home or listening ears and some guidance maybe from you, which I think, to be honest, the project that I'm doing now is about helping people to find the way to you, as working with you in the things that you share, which is basically become really valuable asset in my life for the work that we share. So I think those are the interesting things that I want to explore. Maybe you can say a little bit something about the path of practice that you share or you go through, because I know that you share what you do, so it's the same.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I think it's a mixture of the thing that I went through my life and kind of refined itself into in the last few years to something that it's mixture of the Zen path that I walked most of my life, and the Tai Chi or Dao, practical Dao way of the Tai Chi, which for my life was the same level all this time and actually become one. And for me, for many years, it's like I practice it on myself and I never shared it. I taught like Tai Chi classes regular, just more like from the martial art part, but not as a spiritual path. But and Tai Chi for me, for example, Tai Chi is a path for enlightenment. It's not something that you do just for health. So for many years, actually, this is what I did to myself, but I never shared it. And when Paulan like kind of start pushing me to talk, I find that talking is okay, but up to a level. This is what happened to me. I will start talking in a walk and those meetings that I do on the evenings, and I kind of felt that it's okay. It's the mind can take you up to a level, and then for me, from this point, we have to go beyond that, and like any other practice. And then my practices of Tai Chi came back to me as a practice that I used some principle of that to come to this thing that I call it center and so on, and I feel that it's helping people to come to this place of prior to mind. I don't say beyond mind, prior to mind, like before this thing that come to this annoying place that overthinking and so on. So for me, understood two things. First of all, that we have to practice. It's nice to have this talking as a motivation too, but it's, first of all, we have to practice. And secondly, that people are avoiding this because this is better to us in the West. And if we understand it, it's enough. Okay? I have to understand what is going on. We cannot. And this has become sometimes an obstacle in our path to come to this peace. Because, okay, we got to the point that I understood kind of what is going on in this spiritual path. So what? It stays like that. And for me, this is become. I use the talking just as a motivation or showing how to go to, and I think this is the most important thing. This is why I use these things that I call meditation in movement.
When you were talking, I had three things that came to me that I want to ask you. The first thing, you say martial arts. So, are you a ninja?
No.
You're not a ninja. And are you training to be a ninja?
I don't know what is a ninja. Actually, I come as a young kid. I was like in all kind of martial art.
So you're a ninja.
No,
you're a modest. A ninja will not say he's a ninja. Okay, I understand. Okay, he's not a ninja. Now I have another thing to ask you. Now I feel more safe. You know, there is a ninja next to me. I'm okay. What I really wanted to little bit to be clarified. You said something. This is like the practice is the path to enlightenment, or something like this. Maybe I'm misquoting you. I have my version about what does it mean. Can you give your version of it? Because it's very enlightenment,
Actually, I also don't like this word.
Okay, so you want to say something else?
Yes, I want to use something else. I want to use the phrase self-realization, which is something not so, exotic. It's something very grounded and what I found that really interested me is like when people are doing this work of spiritual path, it's always most of the time start with dealing with trauma. We have to clean this container, taking out the garbage, and then, okay, I make this space. Now I'm kind of coming to the balanced place. I'm not in suffering from my past. Okay, I'm more balanced. Now what? There is this point that sometimes if you stuck there, because okay, you put all of this behind you, you deal with it in a certain way, but when you come to this point that from here, now what? Now what? I'm still not in joy. I still don't have this happiness. So sometimes we start looking back. Maybe I didn't clean it enough. So this thing come, maybe I'm going back to look again in the garbage. Maybe there is still there something instead of moving forward. Or sometimes it become even depression because, okay, I cleaned everything, and so it become boring. So what? What is the meaning of all of this? And I think there is now a place that, okay, we can leave this darkness and go to the light. For me, this is the point that really interested me. And this is why we grew up, for me, the path that, okay, let's leave this behind for some people that, okay, did this workshop with us together and kind of clean their container and want to go forward. And then for me, if you really want to do that, it's not 4 or 5 days of a workshop. You have to kind of bring this into your life. from my experience. You have to bring it into your life and do this thing daily. And even in the beginning, you don't reach the thing that talking about big words like self-realization. Even if you're just on the track, on the train to go somewhere, but you're already there, you feel more comfortable because now you have a meaning, and you know you're going the right way. You feel it. You feel it that you start doing something you don't understand. Maybe it's beyond your capacity of knowledge, but you feel good already. You don't have to come to this end point of self-realization, which I believe it's the beginning. It's not the end point. But it's really release and give you already the enjoyment in life, happiness, that you know where you're going. You feel, maybe you don't know where is the end, but you feel you're in the right place.
Okay. I said 3 things. I asked you about 2. The third one is something related to, like, if I'm going into space of someone I work with, might be this feeling I'm a beginner, I don't know, and what I'm wondering is, how do you see these type of practices and the things that you share related to people who basically no experience, no understanding, coming from very hectic life, a lot of trauma, whatever, there's like all mess, nothing is in the right place. Like, can you help a little bit to connect, if it's relevant, to what you share or how you work with people?
I think the only beginning point that necessary is for a person to understand or to realize that looking for the happiness or the end of suffering outside is not working. That's it. That it's something you have to do with inside. It's enough. It's enough. It's like actually in the Patanjali Yoga, it's like the first sutra. What was now yoga start? This is the first. Now the discipline of yoga start. This is like, what does it mean when you realize that everything outside is not working? Not working in a way that it's not bringing you, not feeling the hole that you have inside. And okay, I have more money, I have more degrees, I have more knowledge, I have understood, but this is still empty. When you come to this point, it's enough. Now we can work. We can start, because now you are in a place that you say, you know what, I have to go inside. And in this point, you don't have to understand anything. Maybe when you start practicing, new question will come, because I experienced something and now I want to understand it, because I want the mind to participate. The mind is participating in this. It's not a separate thing. So you have intellectual question, which we have to address. So sometimes the understanding comes from practicing and not the opposite. Usually we first ask questions, and then when we're tired of asking questions, we go to practices. But sometimes this is what happened to me. I start practicing and I say, oh, okay, it's working. Why? And then you start asking questions, and then it's like that. You understand something, and then you go to practice it, and then from practice come another understanding or another question, and then this thing is one thing.
It's interesting. You reframed this or framed it for me in a nice words. I will say that everyone who comes to share time with me, they might be starting to say, my partner, my mother, my this, my that, my business, the world is this, and with me, you cannot go there. It's like it's all inside of you, and you find the answers inside. But basically, what you said is something nice, which is basically says, look, the prerequisites for us to do something together that will be beneficial in some way is for you to agree that you go inside. You don't look for answers outside. And from that point, we're going to find the answers, because the seeking is in the right direction and answers will come.
Yes. Because it's important for you to read. Otherwise, continue go outside. Because you still have, if you still, you can tell people, no, it's not your husband, it's you. It's not your wife, it's you. No. But if it's not really felt inside, you will continue blame others or trying to find this thing outside. So you go outside. You have to finish with that.
I would say that I think that I'm a good salesman for this idea. I feel that one of the things I help people to realize is this. And then I think that sometimes from that point forward, it's like I don't really have much to give them anymore. Then they need to start to do the work, you know. But like changing the mindset to understand, okay, enough outside. It's really interesting.
And the work out, and then the work inside. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you need to be sincere about that. You need to be. It's like okay, because. For outside, you know, I can start and do and stop and like and don't go other way, and like there is way to avoid the path. When you go inside, you find things and you have to be sincere about that. And this is why first you have to come to the point, and it's not have to be very suffering, you know. Sometimes we wake up because we had a nightmare, so we wake up from a nightmare. But sometimes it just wake up because it's time to wake up. So, okay, this is not real. What is real? So, but we have to come to this point.
Okay. So there is this point that we talk about these things, that self-realization and noticing the things, and then we kind of sometimes say this thing, it's not real. Yeah. And when I first heard this concept of not real, what I felt is that people tell me that this stone is not real. Now, maybe this stone is also not real, but the point of what we were talking about is that this stone is ugly, that part is not real. That is a made-up idea in my head. The stone is a stone. And if it's good, it's bad, ugly, beautiful, all these things, this is the part where we make this up inside our perception. And I think the part of self-realization is pointing us to see that. Basically, I'm self-creating my perception of reality, which is negative, positive, and all of these things. And I think this is something that we...
Yes, it's a few levels. When we're saying it's not, like in the Buddhism they say Maya. It's not there, but it's not what you see. Okay, it's like the interpretation of your mind. So we have a limitation. Our perception is limited. Seeing, hearing, smelling is limited. We have limited sensors, and also our mind is limited. We cannot grasp. Our mind cannot grasp the reality as it is. We have a limited tool, and our way to look at life go through these limited tools. So it's like this mind and perception, it's kind of, we take the reality and reflect it like through these tools. So it's not that we're not seeing something, we're seeing something, but I call it like a mirage. Okay, in the desert, when you walk and you see water. You see water. But someone come and tell you, listen, there is no water there. Okay, and even convince you that explain to you logically that it's not water. You still see water, because this is our mind and our perception. When you go and stand there and you look around and you don't find the water, it's what we're talking about, not real. There is something there. You see the reflection of the light on the sand, and you see something, but it is not water. It's the interpretation of your mind. Now, when you continue walking and you look back, you still see water. You still see water. You still come back to this perception. But now you know. After you go through this experience. So now it's not that after you come to this self-realization, you see that you see it differently. You see the same thing, but you kind of went to this place that is prior to mind. And this is the self, which is realized itself. It's not going through the perception of mind. So it's something actually very simple. It's the most simple thing. On the way here, we say that only the lazy people can be enlightened. Or it's the easiest way to come to enlightenment is to be lazy, because you don't have to do anything. And the mind and thinking and perceiving is doing. This is actually the main problem. That people think that what I have to do. Nothing. You just go and stand there without looking, without trying to understand, without trying to. So for me, when you're talking about self-realization, is this thing. To come to this place that, and good and bad, and it's part of it. It's what makes us suffer. But as long as this stone is here, and my mind is perceiving it, also good and bad will come. So I cannot help it. Good and bad is there, and I cannot stop the good and bad. I can stop the perception. I can realize that there is no, I cannot stop the thinking about it or analyzing. This I cannot stop. But I can come to this place that it's beyond that. And that's enough. That's enough to come back after that to the place of what I call really the center, or this peace that we kind of looking. We do have a lot of words for that. Not suffering, happiness, love, peace, whatever. Brahman, there are a lot of words for this place that you are. And to come to this place is enough. After that, you are on the right track to start living like that. This is why I think that self-realization is not the end point. It's the beginning. And when you come to this place, now you can enjoy life, enjoy you call it the game. So I really not only know the rules of the game, I'm kind of seeing that I'm not this, how do you call this tool of the game that working there. I'm kind of out of the game, and now I can really enjoy.
Last maybe thing, maybe it's not last. I want to share related to what many times we'll say the word, using you for, is also in the workshops and also in the work that we do on the personal level with people, is to take them to the experience of those things. Yeah. Which I find it like a very direct access into something. So like I can explain the entire philosophy, how we get identified with the content that we see in front of us, but suddenly like people can actually experience this and they see, wow, like this is moving and I'm not that. That suddenly creates the space for me to be the observer and not one identify with things and so on. So I really point to that it's like can give people a very quick direct access into this experience. I'm talking about something that is not even related to the amount of training that's happening. It's like sometimes in one session, you just suddenly realize this. And that can create a whole path of work forward for it. Yeah. It's not like that it's finished in one session, but it's like, whoa, okay, I get it. Yeah. I feel it.
I call it sometimes a glimpse. A glimpse that, this is what I'm saying, that I feel that I'm on the train, on the right track. So I don't know where we're going, but I can now enjoy the ride, because before that I was on the platform looking for the train, and it was very confusing, and maybe I have to go back. And now suddenly I sit on the train, and I kind of can enjoy the view now, because I feel, just because of this glimpse, this stop, and it was okay. And I was still there, and it was peaceful. That's it. It's enough. And maybe after we come, but what is it? And okay, we can deal with it. but we can come to this point again. And this is more important.
I'm thinking if there is anything else that we want to share about his work or anything. Last words. Yeah. I want also to acknowledge that the felt sense of the level of integrity that you're showing up to what you do is helping me many times to stay connected to that level of integrity, which is something that I really value. It's not that I think that I don't have integrity, but I also have a mind of my own, and it's pulling me to directions. And sometimes just passing next to you, it's just like, wake up, okay. And I come back to my center more quickly. And I think this is what you share with people, and that's a very beautiful skill to practice and to learn. Yeah.